Maximum power transfer theorem. The circuit setup is very simple. Circuit makes use of a voltage source and then a network containing three resistors R1, R2 and R3 connected in this fashion. R1 end is connected to supply voltage positive, R2 end is connected to milliammeter positive, milliammeter negative is connected to RL, the load resistor. Usually we use the resistance box as RL, and the other end of RL is connected to R3 and also to the supply negative. The connections are implemented here as per the circuit diagram. So here I have R1, here R2 and here R3. For simplicity, all the three values R1, R2 and R3 are taken to be equal 100 ohms. So R1 end is connected to the supply voltage positive, then R2 end is connected to milliammeter positive and milliammeter negative is connected to the resistance box. Resistance box is connected to the R3 point other end, and R3 other end also goes to the supply voltage negative, that is the ground point. So before you do the experiment, it is better to calculate the value of VTH and RTH. So in order to calculate RTH, use the formula RTH is equal to R2 plus R1 parallel R3. Do the substitution and you get RTH is equal to 150 ohms. Similarly, for calculating VTH, you assume some value of the supply voltage, and here I have taken V is equal to 6 volt. So VTH is given by V into R3 divided by R1 plus R3. So VTH comes equal to 3 volt. Now in the first part, so there are two parts in the experiment. In the first part, what you do is set the supply voltage as 6 volt and then measure the load current for different loads. So I'll switch on the supply and adjust 6 volts. So V is set as 6 volts. V is set as 6 volt, and now here you have to unplug resistance values. Now I have taken 20. In case if I put, now it's a 0, so current is 19.3. Now I'll take out 20. Now the current reduces 16.9. Then I take 40 ohms, still the current reduces, like that. For different values of RL, you note down the current value, and for which resistance values you are going to take the current reading. Since you got RTH is equal to 150 ohms, the resistance value chosen, RL value chosen, should be including that 150. Therefore you have to take readings below 150 ohms, and also you have to take reading above 150 ohm. So you can take at the step of 20 ohms, like 0, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, then 160, 180, 200, 250, like that. And at 150 you take one extra reading. So this is the first part of the experiment. So in the second part, what you need to do is you have to construct the equivalent circuit. So equivalent circuit can be constructed by using the value of VTH and RTH which you have calculated in the beginning. So you see that VTH you have calculated it to be 3 volts and RTH you have calculated it to be 150 ohm. So make use of a single resistor. So here there is 150 ohm resistor, and then connect the positives of the supply voltage, that is VTH. Now VTH is connected to positive, and then the negative of the supply is connected to RL, which is already connected, and then RTH other end is to be connected to milliammeter positive. You have to do the connection here. Just I have shown it to the terminals. So instead of the resistors R1, R2, R3, the equivalent resistance of RTH is connected. Now switch on the circuit. Switch on the circuit. You have got VTH as 3 volt by calculation. So set up 3 volts. Set up 3 volts. And then RTH is taken as 150 ohms. 150 ohms. And now you have to measure the current for the same load which you have taken in the original network. But to just compare whether the current values taken in the original network, they agree with the current values that you take with the equivalent circuit. So they have to be same. Once you finish taking the values, then you need to calculate I square RL. Remember, I is in milliamperes. Therefore, when you do the calculation, I square RL, in case if I take I is equal to 10 milliamps and RL is equal to 20 ohm, then I square RL is equal to 10 into 10 to the power minus 3 into, whole square into 20. So you get the power as 2000 into 10 to the power minus 6 watt. So since milli is associated with all the current readings, so 10 to the power minus 6 will be there with all the power calculations. Therefore, here when you write I square RL, so you can write into 10 to the power minus 6 watt. Then directly whatever current you get, 10 milliamps means then you can write 10 square into the load resistance. If you get 5 milliamps, then you can write 5 square into the RL value. So that in this fashion you have to calculate the power. And once you calculate the power for all the load currents, then for all the load, then draw a curve of power versus the load resistance, and you get a curve like this. The current increase and the power increases, reaches a maximum, and then again decreases. The power becomes maximum when the value of RTH is equal to RL. That means if RTH in this case it has come as 150 ohm. So at the value of 150 ohm you have to get the maximum current. Maximum power. Then you have to show in the curve where you get the maximum power and write P maximum. So maximum power transfer theorem thus states that maximum power is transferred to the load when the internal resistance RTH is equal to RL. So point to remember here in this experiment is, in the original network you will be keeping V, that you can set any value of your choice. Then for VTH, as per the calculation, VTH is equal to V into R3 divided by R1 plus R2. How much VTH you get, that VTH value you have to keep, and RTH, the equivalent resistance you have to keep.